Bienvenidos a otro episodio de
The Epic Family Road Trip.
Just finished up driving on the Baja 1000. What an incredible experience. It's something I'm going to be able to talk about forever now, and man, I really love it here in Baja.
So now we're just getting the air compressor going and pumping back up the tires to street pressure. Some repairs in the field. One of our hood brackets rattled loose, so there's a lot of play and it would flip off, but Marco's fixing it for us.
No, I've never had to adjust mine.
I think you don't have, because you have this pin. Yeah. The other side doesn't have the pin, it's got a regular.
Those roads will rattle anything loose that you got loose.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Marco.
you. Pulled over, everyone's getting hungry, and the little burrito shop on the side of the road absolutely smells amazing in here. I'm hungry for a burrito.
Oh my word. Wow.
Really good.
But it's so good after a day on the trails.
We just stopped at this beauty place to eat burritos. Amazing after all day driving and stuff. It's just fuel to keep going. We got about 3 hours to the beach where we're going to be staying all day tomorrow, tonight, and the next night. Beauty.
In a year. It wasn't like this. I was just wondering if I maybe just forgot how bad this was, but I don't remember any of this. No, it was perfect. It's just really bad. Yeah, that road was bad.
We're crossing from the Pacific Ocean to the Sea of Cortez in San Felipe, and we are on the roughest stretch of road I think I've ever driven on. It's unbelievable. It's just corduroy and potholes and major drop-offs. And the guys we're going with took this road a year and a half ago or 18 months ago, and they said it was smooth, so they have no idea what happened to it, but it's completely torn up. So we're just trying to work our way across it without doing any damage.
This is gonna be the epic family no road trip.
Oh,
What?
there's a massive sinkhole. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
It's just hanging there.
I
Massive.
see something in front of me. I think there's zombies.
Alright, we're back on pavement again, but we can see now what's happened. They must have had massive storms. We're in higher elevation now, so the water ran down into that area and wiped out a whole section of highway. The bridges were out, the road was completely gone, there was no pavement. It's just unbelievable. you don't even think stuff like that could happen. It's hard to believe, but we're back on the road again. But just as we came out of the area that was all washed out, there was a huge cave-in on the side of the highway, and you could just see the pavement was just hanging in midair. And we went around it to make sure we didn't go down the hole. But man, that's something else. Just what an experience. Like we said on one of our earlier videos, when things go wrong, that's when they actually go right. I mean, we've had an adventure tonight, which would have been just driving across a paved highway. So, pretty cool for my 50th birthday to experience that. So there we were, flying along the highway, finally picking up some speed, and then it just ended. And there was another washed out bridge, or a damaged bridge. I guess it looked like it was still up, but they must have determined it's too unsafe to travel on, so then they just cut a little road right around the bridge through the river. Back there probably 10 minutes ago, turned off the main highway onto looked like a driveway, and I thought, hey, this is the park. It is, but it's another 20 minutes of off-roading to get in here. So this is just this is going to be an amazing camp spot. And luckily, we got Marco leading the way. He knows where we're going, but it's another corduroy and a rough road going all the way in here. So you're not going to find cars or RVs or anything. Just 4x4s at the most, Jeeps, whatever. But looking forward to it. It should be a nice remote campground. So we've arrived at camp here in Baja. We're in a place called Punta Final, and I don't even know how to describe this place, but you can hear the waves lapping up on the shore just feet from where we are. We parked all our Jeeps along here. Our good friend Marco, the Overland chef, is putting together some food for my birthday for all our friends here. What we've got here is, what do we got? Some smoked tuna?
Smoked tuna.
Smoked tuna.
So we're gonna make quesadillas with smoked tuna.
Smoked tuna quesadillas right by the ocean. You cannot beat this whole situation here. Oh man. Wow, that's good, Marco.
Is it good?
That is good.
Oh my word. That's like the best thing I've ever eaten.
Oh, that's so nice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peter. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everyone.
There you go.
Good morning. We're here in San Felipe area, a remote place on a beach here. You can see the rig set up in the background there, and yeah, this is just a gorgeous place to wake up. We had a fun night last night for my birthday. We got in here late, as you know, crossing that crazy washed out highway. That was an adventure, I'll tell you what. But we came in here in the dark and set up our camps, and the tide was in, so the waves were just lapping on the shore right at the base of our wheels. And now the tide's gone out a little bit behind us, and the fish are jumping, and it's just little piece of paradise. So we're enjoying our time in Baja so far, that's for sure. So good. That is so much shrimp.
We're just cooking a long lunch with tons and tons of food. Eric made a big thing of shrimp scampi from the shrimp we bought at the black market here. Marco is going to be making beer battered fish tacos, which are going to be amazing. And then some other Spanish name of these whole fish that are sliced up. He's going to be cooking those into something, and it's just going to be amazing.
I've got mashed potato that I'm just kind of making into a pancake. And then a piece of cheddar.
Oh.
And then
Roll it up.
Stuff it in there. And cheese stuffed mashed potato ball. We're gonna fry them on the scuttle.
Ah, in oil or just?
We got some. We're gonna do egg wash and then breadcrumbs, and then we got some avocado oil.
Yum. Oops, water right up to the tent. It's not going to get sucked in. There's no problem. Alright, so we woke up with a tide about 3 or 4 feet higher than it was yesterday, so it's up around the Jeeps, which is fine, but tents is the hard part. The boys were sleeping and they literally had water coming right around them, so we're packing up and moving all the wet gear.
It started to come over the rim of the tent, and that's when I started to wake up. Remember them.
Not every day you are sleeping in the tide.
A foot in the ocean.
Keep going.
All right, so got all the Jeeps pulled out now, out of the water. The biggest mess was the tent. We had, the boys were sleeping in a tent. We have a family beside us with 2 children sleeping in a tent, and literally a foot of water crossed over the tent. Of course, all the Jeeps are out now. What we're trying to do is find a way out of here because the tide came in around us. We're actually, all of us are sitting on a kind of a sand strip here that's raised above the water, but there's now water on the ocean side and there's water in front of us. So
Who was the one that said tsunami? Was it you?
Yeah. The slow tsunami. It's still coming.
Tsunami. We were talking about the slow tsunami. That's right.
It's gonna take some time. Yeah.
I individually found both Samson's food bowl and water bowl floating away. I did not find something the size of an igloo ice chest. It's just now somehow floated out to the Sea of Cortez.
All right, so we've got everyone back in bed. We moved all the Jeeps up, but the funny thing is, as quickly as that tide came in, and I honestly think it has something to do with the almost full moon up there, much more drastic tide. So today we noticed it was way out, which seemed weird, and tonight it came way in, but it was really fast, literally about a half an hour. And now I'm standing where the tide normally is, and you can see down there that the water has already receded back. So and in front of us where we have the big that was big tidal pool, and it cut us off from the mainland. You can see that water rushing out, so it'll be dry in probably an hour. So when we wake up in the morning, we should be good to go. Everything's drip drying on top of the Jeep, and we'll just pack everything up and off we go. So another adventure in Baja. Never a dull moment, that's for sure. So this morning we're packing up everything. This is the day we head back up north. You can see all the wet sleeping bags draped over the Jeep from last night's little episode with the high tide. And behind me here, the sea, which is way back there, was literally right there, and it's now gone out. And behind the Jeep we were in water, and now the tide has receded way back. But anyway, it was quite the adventure. Now it's just a matter of trying to pack all the wet gear up, and our next stop will hopefully have some good sun and wind, and we'll dry everything out.
Eduardo por WhatsApp.
So we're back at the front gate, and we had some extra vegetables and fruit, and we can't cross into the States with that, so we're leaving them with our friend the gatekeeper here. He is so far away from any kind of store. I think he'll appreciate some fresh veg and fruit.
Right? Yeah, she's Spanish. He's such a good.
So this morning we're heading back on that washed out road, that crazy road with all the bridges out that we came in on, and we'll be able to inspect the damages in the daytime. But the gatekeeper here, he said it was some massive rainstorms they had and flash flooding that caused all the damage. So we'll get a better view of it this morning. But it's gonna be a rough road. It's bumpy, that's for sure.
There's nothing I can do, 'cause all I can take is all in the way it ties me down. All I can do is wait until we let me out. Oh,
Pete Jr. is driving that Marco's awesome Jeep up there. It's a stick shift, so he's driving stick for the first time in Baja on a washed out road. Man, this is fun. I'm sure he's got a smile from ear to ear. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Oh, that's good
awesome
practice. Yeah. That's hard to do, starting on a hill.
So Peter, this is your first time driving a stick shift, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's pretty beaty. It's not. I'm not gonna say anything about how easy or hard it is, just in case I mess up. But it's good to learn, especially with Marco.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks for doing that.
This is not the perfect parking spot. I mean, parking
Training.
lot to train, but you did great.
It actually is good. Like taking off on a hill and all that. That was amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
How was that?
Oh, that was amazing.
Some good training.
That's crazy. Stick shift is so much fun.
Yeah.
I was just a few times there. I was learning like the box, like first gear, second gear, moving over third, fourth.
Taking off on a hill like you did. That's hard. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
That is so cool. Wow, that is amazing.
Gracias. So we just went through the Valley of the Giants. It's a huge cacti. It's so gorgeous. I highly recommend if you ever get down there to go visit that. And now we're back on the highway and we're heading north, about 5 hours drive to Mexicali, which is the border crossing into San Diego area. But we're hoping to stop and eat a bit more of this delicious food down here before crossing.
Can I take a picture with all of you?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So here we are now at the U.S. border. Marco took us to the hometown where he grew up, and this border crossing isn't even in a town. It's just a very small, remote border crossing. After climbing up over the mountains and down, it's quite scenic and beautiful. But very soon we'll be back in the U.S. of A.
What was it, Brad? Like 4 p.m.? There was 0 vehicles? It was later than that, right? Yeah, it was probably like 5 or 6, but there was nothing, Eric. We pulled right up to the gate. Remember that moment. Another rare.
Yeah, we'll make some arrangements. Find out who's welding.
Have a safe trip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Yes. Thanks so much for the compliment.
So we just crossed into the States and everybody got through no problem, of course, but we pulled over to the side here, all the Jeeps, and said bye to our friends. We're going to be driving together for about another half an hour, but then we all go our separate ways. So this was a perfect kind of rendezvous point to make our departures, give hugs, plan for the next trip somewhere. What an awesome group this was. It was just, I mean, it's hard for me to even put into words what an amazing adventure we had. So thank you, Marco, Brad, Eric, everybody involved in this. Eduardo coming up from Central Mexico. I mean, we met so many new friends, tasted way too much delicious food. Oh man, just another absolutely epic trip in the books.
Mientras tanto,
Nos vemos en el camino.
Whoa, we got it. Sort of.